Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Anxious Me, my journey with Fluoxetine. And today I'm going to read one comment, and it's probably going to be short. So let's just start by taking my medication since I'm late anyways. So today I'm going to be answering a question, sort of like a statement and a question that I got from Tom Willowson. And I'm just going to address that because it's about sleep, and that's something I struggle with, so I kind of want to share a little bit of my story with him. Again, it's going to be short today. I'm kind of sleepy, so I just kind of want to relax. And this caught me off guard. I have an alarm set on my phone, and I didn't expect it to go off, and it did, so it was time, and I'm tired, guys. So Tom Willowson says, "Hey man, I'm on my 9th day on this medication, and the first few days I was chilled, but only slept 5 or 6 hours. However, every time I have to go to work, I have panic attacks and I don't sleep at all. I work myself up. Is that normal?" No, that's not normal. It's not normal in the sense that people that don't have anxiety and these problems we have, they don't experience that. So it's not normal in that sense. Is it normal for somebody with anxiety and panic disorder and depression and whatever else you got? Yeah, it's totally normal. And also, I'm thinking you're asking if it's normal in the sense that you're on your 9th day on the medication, but you're still getting panic attacks. Is basically what I'm getting from this. Also, the 5 or 6 hours of sleep thing. Okay. We'll start there. We'll start with the 5 or 6 hours of sleep. So sleep is always a problem I have, and I haven't been keeping up with my homework. As I put it earlier on in these episodes, I was trying to give myself homework in order to go to bed at an earlier time, and that was 2:30 in the morning for me. Was the time I wanted to have all electronics off and being laying down and going to sleep. And that homework has pretty much fallen through. I still want to do it, but I haven't been practicing it at all the past couple weeks maybe. Those of you who have been around a while remember that homework I had. Here's an update. Haven't been doing that at all. And 5 or 6 hours of sleep, it's a decent amount of sleep. I can usually get through a day with that, but everybody's different too. Like, a lot of people can work easily on 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Other people need 8 or 9 hours of sleep. You hear that a lot about teenagers. They say when you're growing up, kids, between whatever age and whatever age, need 8 hours of sleep or 9 hours, and then when you get in your 20s, they say it's closer to 7 or 8 hours is what you want. But it varies between people by a few hours. Me personally, 5 or 6 hours, I can do it, but I'm barely hanging on in terms of energy and being awake. I need 8 hours, and with sleep, it takes a while to get to that REM sleep where you're in your deepest state of sleep, and that's where you get the most rest. And if you're having an unrestful 5 or 6 hours, like if you're going to bed at a crazy time and waking up at a crazy time, or if it's not restful sleep, the number of hours doesn't matter. And they say it takes 8 hours for your body to totally get into that rested state enough that it can, sort of recharge. And then slowly come back out of that as you wake up. That's the natural way it's supposed to go. But people with sleeping problems and who don't get as much sleep as they should, or they get unrestful sleep like I do, and probably you do, 5 or 6 hours, your body's not getting into that restful state. You're just falling asleep at a moment where you're pretty much can't handle anymore, because people who have a hard time sleeping, their body gets to a point where you almost feel ill, and then you finally go to sleep. Like, I hardly ever go to sleep comfortably on nights like that when I'm feeling anxious. So I'd say if you can, man, try to get more hours of sleep. That's a big thing. I don't think the medication, you were saying also, I'm kind of bouncing all over this one comment here, but first few days I was chilled, only slept 5 or 6 hours per night, I'm guessing is what you're saying. And, oh yeah, and you said you don't sleep well at all. That could just be nerves from work. I don't think the medication necessarily keeps me from sleeping at all, although maybe that could be a thing. So no, I don't think it's the medication. I don't think what you're experiencing now, when you asked, is this normal? Yes. In terms of the condition we have, anxiety, yes. It's also normal in terms of the medication too, because you're only on day 9. You're just over a week in this medication, and you're not really going to see any significant results until about 2 weeks. So give it another 4 or 5 days, and I think you're going to start noticing some more positive outcomes of it, because I'm telling you, man, I say this all the time, but I was somebody who was very much against and reluctant to take medication. I didn't believe in it, and it's still scary for me to say, but I think it's working, man. And I just keep going. Wait till the 2.5 week mark, or maybe wait till the 3 week mark, and then decide if it's not working for you or if it is working for you. Because I had my doubt the first couple weeks, and I think it was around day 9 or whatever. I tested my boundaries. I've mentioned all this before, but it was like around day 9. I think I tried to go out and do something, and I had a panic attack. And I can't remember if my sleep was kind of better in the beginning, but I think that's because I was actively trying to get better sleep. So I guess all in all, Tom, I'm going to read your comment once again just so I can refresh my own mind, maybe refresh you guys on on why I was making all these points, because I was literally all over the place. So once again, hey man, I'm on my 9th day of this medication. The first few days I was chilled, but only slept 5 or 6 hours. And however, every time I have to go to work, I have panic attacks, and I don't sleep well at all. I work myself up. Is that normal? I think I hit it all. And I haven't had a panic attack. So I'm on day almost 50 now, or is today 49? It could be day 50. I don't know. The first couple weeks, I didn't notice anything at all. And as far as medication working, I was still having panic attacks, still having the anxiety, still having the worry, the irrational thoughts. Still, that was all still there, big time. And then by like 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, that's when I started to notice it was starting to feel better. I thought I was feeling better. I was still unsure. Like, I felt good. If I went for a car ride or I went out of the house and I did something, I felt good, but the worry was still kind of in my gut. Like, I was still anticipating having the anxiety or the panic. And maybe it came up a little bit, but you notice it literally gets better and better. You could feel the timeline, and you could look back on it. Now that I'm on day 40 or whatever, I could look back and I could see it literally starts getting better day by day. Every day it gets a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And now that I'm on day 40, whatever it is, I feel really good. So anyways, I feel like I've talked enough today. I look very sleepy, I know, and I apologize for my unreadiness to make this video today. So, Tom, I hope that answers your question, man. Just to wrap it up, you're on day 9. Congratulations. Every single day, 9 days. You made it longer than a week. If you're a person who's reluctant to take medication, you might get the pills and throw them away, or you could get the pills taken for a couple days and then decide, I don't want to do this, because our nerves work ourselves up, and throw it away. But you made it over a week, man. You're on 9 days now. So I think you're already on the right track to getting better. So think of it that way. But yes, it's going to get better. Is all this normal that you're feeling? Yes, all this is still normal. The medication's not going to work that quickly. Your body literally has to fuse with its chemicals. I'm not going to try to be a biologist or whatever that is, scientist, chemist, whatever. Basically, it takes 2 weeks for your body to start cooperating with the medication. And it could be side effects. You not being able to sleep well, that very well could be side effects. And the normal anxious feelings of feeling too warm or feeling cold, that could be side effects of it, maybe. I don't know. I've talked too much. I need to not be on camera right now because I'm tired. And apologize if I was all over the place today, because I know I was. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.